welcome back. It has been a little while since I did any of these, and I really wanted to get back to it. I've been pretty busy in my personal life and whatnot, and I apologize for being away as long as I have been, but I do very much enjoy doing these, and I want to get back to doing them. Today we're going to start something new. I'm going to start a new project as a shared project, so that the code can be used back and forth between desktop and Android and iOS. The iOS will come later. This specific project, and this specific episode, I'm looking to do the setup for just the desktop, and then the next episode I will be doing the Android. The iOS, as I just mentioned, will come later, because you have to pay to be a part of that, and it can be quite the pain in the butt to get everything registered and squared away. I will eventually do that episode, but I'm not super thrilled to get to it, and it's not something I love doing. I do it for work, but I don't. It's not the most fun. In some ways, iOS development is actually easier than Android through Monogame, and I'll get to those points in another video. But the setup to begin with, and just being able to build it in the first place is a pain. Anyway, so today I'm just going to do the desktop portion, but it'll be set up to handle the different project types. So as we can see today, start a shared code project. We're going to create the project and all the sub-projects. They're not sub-projects, they're all just projects, but all the different projects within the solution. But the way I view it is the shared project is the actual project, and then the desktop and Android and even the library are kind of like sub-projects. That's how I think of it in my brain. It's not actually how it is, but that's how I view it. I'm going to show you how I do the dependencies. Now, you can do the dependencies multiple different ways to get them to work. I do them a specific way, and that's the way I like them. You can find other videos elsewhere, I'm sure, that show you how to do it a different way, and that's totally fine. There's no one way that it has to be done. Mine is the way that I believe takes the least amount of work. That is my personal belief. I am not telling you that is 100% the truth. That is how I see it. So yeah, I'll do it my way. We'll add in some assets, which we've done before, but we're actually going to go through building the assets as well, through the I think it's MCG, whatever it is, program. And that way, I don't think I've ever done that on stream before, or on video before. And then we'll put in the basic code in the main, and we'll run a test. Basically, it's just going to be the cursor moving around to start with, which should be more than enough. I mean, that'll get you the very base, and then we'll just continue to add to it. I'm not going to commit to how often I'm going to upload videos. I find that I'm just going to disappoint myself when I do that. So my goal is to do 1 or 2 a month. Time is scarce for me, and I've wanted to get back to this, but I haven't been able to, so I'm going to try to just start slow, and maybe it'll build up into something more. But okay, that's our goal. So I'm going to be doing this in Visual Studio 2019. I have it running in 2022 also, but I realized that the templates aren't there for me, and right before I started this video, so I don't really want to fight with that at this exact moment. But you have to go download the templates and install them. It's not a big deal, but anyway, considering you have a Monogame install and you've installed your templates, just go and you create a new project. And then the first thing you're going to do is actually create the shared library. Does it actually matter that you create it first? I don't think so, but that's how I do it. So you're going to create the shared library. You're going to say next. I'm going to put this on my desktop just so I can find it. And I'm going to call it RPG tutorial. At least for right now, and I don't know that it won't just change, but I'm kind of looking at this as being something like some kind of a hack and slash or something. Something with a little bit more direction than I had in the last one. I was just trying to show all kinds of things in the last one. These tutorials are going to be partially dependent on the old tutorials, so I do recommend you go through those. We are going to be taking Z Engine straight from the other tutorials. So if you don't understand something that's in there, I do recommend you going through it, or at least looking through the parts that you don't understand. And they're all, on my channel. They start like 5 years ago, and anyway, they're there. Okay, so we're going to create the project. Takes a second, but it'll come through. Came on my other monitor. There we go. Okay. That should load, but did not load what I was expecting. Let's see. Hold on. New solution. New add new project. Was it a... Maybe it's this guy. I like it to be at the top, so let's just do that, and then hit create. Let's see if that gives me what I was thinking. Maybe I got it wrong to start with. That is what I wanted. Okay, so was that shared project? Apologies. You want it to say content, and you want your game one in there. We'll remove this real quick. Remove. Okay. Everybody makes mistakes. I just made one. Apologies. Let me get that full screen for us. And next thing you're going to do is you're going to add a new project, and you're going to do a cross-platform desktop application. You can search over here or put it on Monogame. You'll find them over here. I do this often enough that they're just sitting over here in recent projects. But cross-platform desktop. So this will work on Linux. It'll work on Windows. It'll work on Mac. It'll work on everything. And that's something that our old one didn't do. That was desktop only. And what that does mean, though, is we'll have to redo our shaders, and I will go over that. Today I will just give you one. But we will go over the differences. It's not major. There's a couple lines of change. And then your shaders will work just fine. But again, we'll go over that. It's not going to be in this video, but we will go over it. Today I will just give you the normal shader. No big deal. All right, so let's add that. We're going to call it RPG tutorial desktop. I just call all mine the exact same thing, and then it'll say desktop or Android or iOS or whatever it is you're going to put in there. That's what I do. Do what you want. Name it what you want. Okay, and then we're going to rename this and see if it'll let us. I may have to do it next time. Oh, nope, it let me. I like them at the top. I like my shared project at the top. I like my engine at the bottom. I like everything else in between. Do you have to do it that way? No. You do it how you want. But that's how I like it. Okay, now for the engine, what we're going to do, and I'm going to give you the engine because I rebuilt it. It would be in that shared thing that I just made. I made the wrong one first, but let me just show you again. New project. It is this shared library project. Okay, that's what I made for the engine, but it doesn't let you import folders, and it's really annoying. So you have to go through and type out your folders and then add all the different files, and I don't like doing that. So what I do is I have the engine right here created, and then I'm going to move it into my folder. just copy it. There we go. And then from there, I'm going to I didn't like something. Don't ask me. Oh, because I've got this open. I'm sorry. Okay, better. And then we're gonna add, instead of new project, we're gonna add existing project. And again, I'm going to give this to you. That's on my desktop. So tons of crap that I have. What do we call it? RPG. There it is. And then Z Engine, and we're gonna add the project. So there it is. And that's gonna add with everything inside of it, so we don't have to go through and do every single step. This is a copy of an exact copy of what was there in the last tutorial from 2 years ago. So there's nothing special here. If you don't know what's in there and you want to know, go through the tutorials. But that's that. And then, so now for our dependencies, what we need to do is we need to come to our shared project, and we need to add a project reference, and we need to add shared projects Z Engine. So we add Z Engine to our shared project, and we add the shared project to our desktop project. Okay, so you can see that there. There it is. So Z Engine is referenced by our shared project, and our shared project is referenced by our specific or desktop project. That's how I do it. You can do this lots of ways. You can reference both here. You can do all kinds of things. This is how I like it. So I'm going to tell you, if you want it to work nicely, then I recommend this way. Next thing we do is we're going to just delete this game 1. We don't need it anymore, which will of course throw us an error if we built it. Let's build it so it shows you the error. Oh, it's not good. We didn't pick a start project, so it's not going to like that either. But yes, there it is. There's our error. It didn't like that. So in program right here, it doesn't like this. And the reason it doesn't like that is because it doesn't exist, but we'll get to that in a second. Next thing we're going to do here is we're going to rename game1 to main like we did last time. So it's asking, can I change all references of game 1 to main? And the answer should be yes, but I'm going to go through it and show how to do it anyway. So I'm going to click no. You can click yes, and that will work, and you can just kind of, you know, ignore this next 30 seconds. But I'm going to click no, come in here, and see where it says game 1. We just change it to main, and we change this to main. So now main exists. So when we come down into our desktop project, so that was in our shared project. Don't get confused. Apologize. I know we didn't do this before, so this is new. So when we come down into, I'm just going to close our dependencies up. When we come down in here and we go back to program, first we need to add the reference. So using, and then that is just RPG tutorial 1, which I'll have to change the name. I need to just do that now. Let me fix that so you can see how to do that. Properties, and then, oh, that was the solution. I don't want it on the solution. I want it on the project. And then namespace is RPG tutorial. That's actually what I thought we would be adding. So that's what it wants. What is it here? Huh. Okay, well, I'll figure that out and we'll cover it next time. But don't do what I did and you won't have that problem. So we added the reference, and then we just changed this to main. Now that main reference is the main from the shared project. So now we're done for today with the desktop project. We can just collapse it, not worry about it. We're done with that for right now. Okay? Easy peasy. That is our dependencies and our linking of the program. So now if we build it, we should just get the blue screen. We didn't still select an output project. Okay, so right click on your desktop project, set a startup. There we go, and here is our blue screen. So we are currently in a working state. That's great, that's what we wanted. But now we need to add our different content. So as I've said, I want to go through this real fast and show you how I do it. Again, you can do it your own way if you want to. This is how I go about it. And so we're going to start with, I close the folder like a dummy in 1 second. Okay, so we have this folder, and you saw that earlier. So if you go into your RPG tutorial folder, and you go into the shared, because this is my shared one. It has the 1 on it right now. I'll have to fix that later, like I said. Then you go into content, you'll have this MGCB, right? Content MGCB. But you see how I have that here? You can just drag that and copy it to here, wherever you want. A generic position. Because what I don't want is it polluting this area. If I use this one straight out of here, all of these files and all the PNGs and all of everything will be sitting in my project. And before I publish it to anything, I'm going to have to exclude all that because it's going to make the file a lot bigger. By the size of all the PNGs and whatnot combined, all the different files. So I don't recommend doing it that way because it's going to be more work for you later. So what I do is I copy it to here. This is my folder for everything I do with the tutorials. You can see our different things. And then you just open it. We don't need this anymore. Okay, so here it is. And I have created this folder structure. To do so, you just right click and then add and then folder. No big deal. And then you do it down. So this is my structure that I want. I told you we're going to do a mouse cursor, so there's a mouse cursor in here. This is a PNG, so if I open a open containing folder. Oh, it crashed. Nice. I don't know why I did that. But that's weird. Add existing item. It'll show it to us anyway. Okay, so see the cursor arrow here? We can, copy that and move it to the right location, which would be in where is it? The bin goes there. There it is. Nope. I don't know where the actual files are. They got moved around somehow. Let's start over. I screwed something up when I did this before. I may have just deleted something. Let's get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. We'll start from nothing. I think I messed something up at some point. Let's go back. We'll open this guy back up. We'll go in here. We'll grab our content thing. We'll copy it here. We'll open this. We will add folder, our 2D folder just like before. And then we will have a UI folder inside that. And then inside that we'll have our miscellaneous folder. You shouldn't have so many cursors that you need its own dedicated folder for it. And then inside here we will say cursors. And then that we will add existing item. Okay, that opened in the right spot. I must have deleted something when I was setting that one up. I just started setting that up earlier. We want this guy, so we're going to copy him in here. I will give you this file, don't worry. And you can hit open. Inside that will be the cursor arrow PNG, and then we just tell it to rebuild. I know we haven't built it, but that's what you do. You tell it to rebuild. Then when you come in here, you have all this. Yeah, I had deleted the 2D folder on accident. That's what I was missing. Okay, mistakes were made, but inside bin, you drill all the way down, and there it is. Okay, so we need to add that to our project. We need to have the same structure. So if I take this and I add folders, we wanted 2D, doesn't have to be the same structure. I like it to match structures. I recommend that you want it to match structures. But you do what you want. I'm just trying to give you an easy way to do it. If you have a better way for you, more power to you. But for me, this is the way I like it. And then we'll take this, we drag it in, content, copy of newer. Okay, so that's set. Again, I don't want, if I don't do it this way, what's going to happen is this folder, and this folder all end up in here, included in the project. And even if it's not included in the project, it ends up in the folder, and then it ends up in your GitHub, and then you have to always constantly be excluding things. Otherwise, you're just clogging everything up. It's terrible. I don't like it, and so I do it this way to avoid that. If you like it the other way, go for it. This is how I like it. Okay, so we have that, and then the other thing that we need is the effect, which I told you I will also give you. Add folder effects, just like before. And then let's see, it'll be in what I give you in the downloadable materials, but I have it in a different spot right now. So content effects normal. Okay, I will give this to you, don't worry. It's the same thing as our normal one. The only difference is that it's built for OpenGL. Instead of being a DirectX shader, it's an OpenGL shader. So that's the only difference. Yeah. Okay, so we have our effect. We're going to need that in a minute. We have our mouse cursor. We're going to need that. Now what we're going to be doing is just grabbing code out of the the latest of the tutorials. So let's see, where's that file? Oh, there we go. And go to main. Okay, should recognize this. This is our previous tutorials. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab all of our includes, because we're going to need them eventually in the tutorial, so I'm just going to dump them in. Close up our includes. Oops, misclicked something. Okay. In main, what we're going to need is everything except for these two middle things, so we're going to grab them, paste over all of these, and remove these. Okay. So we have our sprite batch and our graphics, which I'm pretty sure in globals, and they actually don't even need there. But let's just go with it for right now. Next, we're going to look at what's in our main. We're just going to grab it all. Yep, all that's good to have. Do I need it right now? No, but it's good to have. I don't think we have anything in initialize. Oh, we do. We have our graphics stuff. Okay, paste it on in. No big deal. Easy peasy. We come down to content. Here's where we have to think about what we're doing real fast. I think we need here and above. We don't need key bindings. We don't need main and gameplay. And we don't need sound yet. So we need here and above. For load content, we will remove save and options. We don't have to deal with those right now. We don't need set full screen. And we don't need these two shaders, though we'll have them later, so let's just comment them. I like these. Both throb and normal are kind of nice to have, and we'll export those later, but they're not super important. And then we have our cursor. And so what you'll notice here is that I added a folder in there. This is closer to how I organize things for me. And I like to have that extra folder for the UI, and then I'll have folders for like characters and stuff like that. So anyway, make sure you put that in there, otherwise it won't work. We have our normal working. Okay, we go to update. Okay, update. We just need mouse and keyboard stuff. We don't even need keyboard today, but I don't like to do anything without that kind of stuff. So let's do that. And we need the end of the mouse and keyboard for the old stuff. And so we have that. And then down in draw, we need our sprite batch. I think that's our only one, right? We just do the one. Eventually you'll have more than one of these, but for right now we have the one. And so we will do that. And we will sprite batch end. Sprite batch end. And then we have to do our cursor work. And our cursor work is very simple. It's literally just gonna input our mouse information here. So it's cursor dot draw. Oops, semicolon first. Finish up what you're doing. Okay, new vector2, and inside vector2 we're gonna say globals dot mouse dot new mouse pose dot x globals dot mouse dot new pose y. Okay. Now somebody mentioned that you can just put in. And this is a somewhat recent comment. You can just put this in, and you don't have to push the new. That is totally true. Here's the issue. Oftentimes, it's not this simple, right? So you may be wanting to do more than just literally putting in a vector. And so what I've gotten used to throughout my time doing this, which I started with X and A back in 2004, so it's been almost 20 years. I've just gotten used to doing it this way because it means I have to do less work later. You're already going to be creating a new vector because it's passed that way. So you're not really hurting your processing time really at all. It may look weird to some people who are like C# super aficionados or whatever, but now if I needed to add some spacing or whatever, like plus 20 or something, it's already here and I can just add it, where I'd have to then create another vector too to do that otherwise. So that's why I do it this way. I understand that looks weird to some people, and some people have their ways of doing things that are different than mine, and that's fine. This is why I do what I do, and also it's because it's a tutorial. Some of the stuff, not this in particular, this is how I do it, but some of the stuff I do is simplified substantially from the way I do it because I want people to be able to understand what I'm doing. So for those that critique my style of coding that I'm showing in here, that's why. If you still have your critiques, that's fine. I don't mind. I'm not perfect. I'm just a guy who really likes doing this kind of stuff. And I do it both professionally and I do it for personal. So I use Monogame for business apps, and I also use it for, video games, though I have not been doing a whole lot of that recently. Okay. Cool. We have that. That should run. And we should see our cursor. Did not like that. Content file was not found. Alright, hold on. That's fine. Did I not? I did content copy of new, right? Let's look and see what we did wrong. Main 2D UI misc cursors. Let's try that again. Here we go, and there's our cursor. So we can see our mouse cursor there, we can see our game cursor there. We have a base project running on desktop through shared files at this point. Thank you for sticking with me through that. I understand that this is kind of a long tutorial to get to this point. You can do it a lot faster if you have a template. Like I typically create templates. In fact, I had to remember how I even do this because I create all of my projects from a template project. So what do I mean by template project? It's an empty project. It just has all of the dependencies and everything already set up. I just copy that over, rename everything, and move on. I somewhat recommend that you do that. The downside to that is you forget what you're doing sometimes, and you have to remember, and that can take a little time. But that's how I do it, so you can do this process once and then have it ready for many different projects if you go about it that way. That's all for today. Like I said, I will add an Android project and show you how to get it running in an emulator on the next project. And then, like I said, I kind of want to do like something a little bit more action. I don't know about action RPG, but a little bit more hacky slashy. Could be more action RPG-y. I'm not exactly 100% sure where I want to go with this, but that's kind of the goal. And I plan to do a login. Somebody's asking for a login, so I'm going to be showing some PHP work. So that's going to be a whole section of this, is going through, and I know many of you have never connected to a database before, but we'll connect to a database. We will kind of try to go through a basic example of all that different stuff. I'm not going to go into security. I'm not going to go into all the hardcore details. If you care enough to get that far into it, you're going to have to dig. Everybody's security is different, and I'm not going to give up mine. And they need to be different so that it prevents easy hackings. So you're going to have to come up with your own security. I'll give you maybe some basic stuff, but I'm not going to be giving you what I do to lock my stuff down, for obvious reasons. And that's that. So, I'm back. I'm not going to be 2 years without making another episode. I don't know exactly how often I'll be making them, but we will be moving forward. I want to help people get more out there. I am super proud of the people that have reached out and said that they've made games through this, or not necessarily through exactly my code. That's not what I mean, but I mean that I've somehow played some part in, and I'm really, really proud of that, and it touches my heart. So thank you guys for reaching out and letting me know that you've done that. If you can, like, subscribe, and it would really mean a lot if you guys would share this with people that you think might be interested. I did this for almost 3 solid years, and the reach is there. I mean, it's still growing, which is, again, a huge touch to my heart. It really means a lot to me. But if you guys have friends that this might be interesting to them, share it with them. It would really help it grow. YouTube has not been the nicest place for small creators, and the best thing that you guys can do if you ever really want to help me out is just share it with people. And hopefully we'll continue to grow our community. I'm on Discord. That link will be in the description. Your shared the project files that I promised will be down in the description, a link to them. Feel free to reach out. It sometimes takes me, a day or so to get back to you on Discord at times, but if I'm online, I answer. And I'm online, basically all day, normal hours for me. So thank you guys for being there. Thank you for all the encouragement, and hopefully we can continue to build a community and grow together. All right. Have a great night, and I will see you guys next time.